let's talk about the current market situation. And I've alluded to in my videos about the retirement crisis, the number of issues such as our national, our corporate, our individual debt, student debt, the overall debt problem. We've talked about the governments of the nations feeding a booming market with money, liquidity. We all recognize that this thrust in the market is isolated and focused on 5 basic companies. FANG. It's the old story of all your eggs in one basket. We have the underfunding of pension plans, Social Security, Medicare, everything involved then wrapped around the retirement of the baby boomers and the increased demand on these funds and not having the capital and the money, the return to fund them, which comes back to extremely low interest rates and current talk of bringing interest rates down to negative interest rates. And then we have the virus. That's 5 things that I can think of that are teetering. And we see that when one of them that is not of financial nature becomes an issue, the market reacts negatively. I'm fortunate that I went to Treasuries, specifically TLT, a exchange-traded fund, and I've profited in the last couple of days. And I don't have any fear of my investments being wrapped up in what I think are some potentially volatile stock market stocks. So then the question becomes, what's going to happen? I'm focusing right now on the virus, and I'm seeing that it started in China. It's expanded to Japan, South Korea, and Italy. These are all populations that are well controlled by their governments. China, particularly, very authoritarian. I think that last I heard was something like 60 or 600 million people are quarantined. Italy has very effectively done the same thing, as has Japan and South Korea. What if this goes to countries where they don't have a control over their population? What if it goes to Central America? We already know what happens when the people of Central America start fearing the drug lords, the lack of work, the poverty, and the unsafeness of their communities. We've seen them walking thousands of miles to come to what they believe is safety. Enter into that equation that there's a disease, there's a virus, and you're already upset about the safety in your community. You're already upset about and fear the rampant killing and your daughters, your children. What if you've got a disease? What if you've got a virus? Our borders could be in real jeopardy. And that's just here in the United States. We've seen the immigration problems in other parts of the world. What if this virus moves beyond the controlled populations of our countries? This could be catastrophic. So I then ask myself the question, who could save us from all this? Well, I wish I knew, and I wish I knew which pharmaceutical company right now is working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to find the vaccine that is going to bring this to an end. Because I'm of the belief right now that it's moving at a pace that we really can't control. And the last time this happened was the SARS virus, and they brought that under control in relatively short time. But now we have, in just the change in time there, we have through technology, we have the internet, who is keeping us informed on a minute-by-minute basis of what is happening. And my fear is that that same advantage could turn into a tremendous disadvantage. Just the communication aspect and the propagation of fear. So that concerns me. It concerns me then that if this does happen, what are the tools that we have left to take care of the situation? I think we've just about spent out the amount of deficit that we can go into of pumping money to solve problems. I think we're in a real dangerous situation that our world economy has adapted the attitude that we can solve anything and everything by printing money. This isn't going to be solved by printing money. This is going to be solved by somebody coming up with a vaccine that can bring it to an end. I think it's already clear that quarantining people isn't going to stop it. So, I don't know. If you know, please share it with me. I think it would be beneficial to open up a conversation on this subject, because I may be overreacting. I hope I am. But this isn't something that can be solved by printing money. This isn't something that can be solved by the financial leaders. And I don't think Tim Cook and Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett, I don't think they can solve this. This is getting scary. So, let's open up a conversation. Let's look to our pharmaceutical companies. Maybe we shouldn't be putting all the restrictions that we've thought about. Maybe Bernie Sanders' idea of just give everybody everything free isn't going to work. Maybe we need to rethink the way we interact. Okay, those are just off the top thoughts. If this is a conversation you want to get involved in, subscribe, ring the bell, give me a like, a thumbs up, and that will tell YouTube, which is Google, that there is more people who should be involved in this conversation. Okay. I'll keep sharing my ideas.